So for this week 3, we mainly talked about pedagogy and kind of what it deals with in learning and the different approaches that come with it. And one thing I learned is that it's an element of learning, and with that comes with 3 approaches. The first one is didactic, which kind of deals with instructional routines, consuming knowledge, the recitation of knowledge and memory tests. So basically kind of like in high school and middle school when you would just do a exam just because, based on memory or what you retained when listening to the teacher teach. And kind of what goes on today in college also is basically kind of like memory in some courses. The second one is authentic, which kind of deals more with real life experiences rather than didactic, that does the memory of exams and stuff like that. So authentic pedagogy is more of learner-centered and deals with real life experiences. The third was reflexive and transformative pedagogy, which deals with solving, designing, and also engaging. Kind of new learners have to be able to reflect on their own learning through the past stuff that they have learned. Then second video was kind of about the dimensions of pedagogy, which again was didactic, which kind of means to teach. So in these approaches under didactic, like the dimensions included architectonic, discursive, intersubjective, and sociocultural, just a few of the, I think 8 or 10 that were described in the video. So kind of the first one, architectonic, is kind of the space in which learning happens, so like the classroom, or rather at home. It helps to shape what happens in the class, kind of basically the way like the desks are centered and stuff like that. The second one was that I kind of talked about was the sociocultural dimension. That is about you being a socioculturally developed human that plays an important role in your interception and engagement with knowledge. So kind of the socioculture of that goes into education and how people learn differently maybe. Also talked about analyzing didactic pedagogy. Kind of deals with the dimensions that help to shape, again, didactic pedagogy. That can include architectonic, epistemological, and pedagogical. I'm really messing this word up, I'm sorry. Just for a few. And so for the idea of architectonic, we tend to mean the configuration of space in which education happens. Kind of talk about like the 4 walls of the classroom they're also a part of more than just the 4 walls. It kind of is the way that the desks are shaped and how it faces the teacher who is, teaching and talking to the students, and how she faces them and they face her, and it is how they are able to communicate and learn. Also discursive, which deals with, with the textbook, the lectures, questions, answers, and maybe even recitation in didactic pedagogy. Another one that we talked about didactic, again, kind of like part 1 and part 2. So in today's world, our educational technologies do exactly the same thing as other times and replicate didactic pedagogy. And so it's kind of still happening today. And some kind of don't like it and some do, but I guess that just goes with how some people are able to learn differently and some people are able to teach differently,